Hello guys, my name is Nidal Ahmed. I'm a certified personal trainer. I would like to address many topics regarding training, resistance training, how to do your cardio, nutrition, anatomy of the human body, each muscle group, and I'm going to talk about this in detail. So I'm going to talk about the anatomy of the leg, starting with the posterior. The posterior is involving muscles like the adductor longus, which is the longest muscle, going to the rectus femoris, which is the mid part of your quad, and going to the vastus medialis, which is the teardrop, you can call it the teardrop, and the outer part of the leg, which is the vastus lateralis. So that's the posterior part of the leg. Then you have the patella there. You're going to the gastrocnemius, which you can call the calf muscle. Okay, the soleus is the one which goes down to the ankle here. This line here is called the soleus muscle. You're going to the bicep femoris, which is the middle part of the hamstring here, and we have the adductor magnus, which is the inner part of the hamstring here. I just want you to understand how many different muscle groups are connected from the origin to the end point. So the point I'm trying to make is you need to understand this anatomy to know how to target these muscles properly. So many people can do leg training. They just imitate movements. Like someone may do a squat, but they really don't know how to do the squat properly to engage what and what muscles. Let's start with the leg training routine. So leg training routines are best split into 2 days a week. So you need to separate the posterior apart from the anterior. Anterior the front and the posterior is the back. So you need to focus on quad 1 day of the week, on Monday maybe, and on Friday maybe you go for the posterior, which is the hamstrings and glutes. The reason why you need to do that is because there are many varieties of muscles that you need to target, and you cannot target them all in the same day. Now many people like to mix because they don't know how to train properly these muscles. If you train them properly, 4 exercises will be enough. You don't need to do any more and you'll be quite exhausted. You cannot do more than 4 exercises if you train intensely. Now for your legs to grow, you need to know how to target these muscles properly. For example, doing the squats, doing the lunges properly, doing the Bulgarian split squats, doing the sumo squats, how to place your leg, foot placement on the leg press, on the everything in the squats and whatever. So we need to clear these issues out and so that you can all understand it. Starting with the squats. So squats you can do them on the Smith machine, or you can do them on the barbell, using free weights. Or you can use dumbbells, it's your choice, but I prefer using the free weights. I like to use the high bar. High bar meaning I place the bar on top of my traps, not on my rear delts, like a bit down. So the low bar, there's the low bar squats and the high bar squats. So I choose the high bar squats because I get to maximize stress on my quads. When I do the low bar squats, I'm going to put more emphasis on my glutes and hamstrings and stress my lower back in the process. So all I need to do is target my quads when I'm squatting. So I need to go down with a good depth to get a 90 degree or more, and squeeze at the top, engaging my quads, or maybe I can do time under tension, or maybe do cluster sets or whatever. So I need to properly demonstrate these movements so that you can all understand. I'm going to start with the high bar squats so that you can all see. So when I talk about the high bar squat, okay, I'm going to put the bar on the traps like so. I'm going to put it there. You see, right there on top of my traps. So my nose is going to be straight up. Okay, I'm going to squat I'm going to put my feet apart. Okay, pointing the toes outwards. Okay, then I'm going to squat, putting my back straight all the way down here and pushing up. Okay, again, slow down on the negative and push up. As you can see, my lower body is the one doing all the movements. I'm not using my lower back to do the contraction, so I'm putting more emphasis on my quads. Now, the bad thing about doing the low bar squats, I can do a heavier weight, but I'll put more stress on the lower back and I'll remove stress on the quads. So it's not a very good movement. I'm going to show it to you right now. So I'm going to position the bar, as you can see, on my rear delts. Take out the weight. And now you can see I'm going to demonstrate how I'm going to use my lower back to push the weight up. So as you can see, I'm going down, my nose is pointing down, and then I'm coming up. This makes it difficult for my lower back, putting stress on my lower back, so it's not a very good movement to do. I advise using the high bar. High bar squats are good for the development of the quads. Moving on to the lunges now. Moving on to the lunges, so I'm going to demonstrate how to do the lunges properly. Now the lunges can be done in a different variety. You can either target more the glutes and the hamstrings, or you can target the quads more. Depends on your goal. Maybe you want to target glutes today, or you want to target the hams today, you want to target the quads today. But I'm going to show you how to target the quads, and I'm going to show you also how to target the hamstrings and glutes. So when you do a movement targeting the quads, you need to take shorter steps. So I'm holding the dumbbells here. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate how to do the lunges, walking lunges, but targeting the quads. So just keep in mind, I'm going to do short steps. Okay, I'm going to keep my back straight. Okay, I'm not going to lean forward. I'm going to take very short steps, and then I'm going to squeeze my quads as much as possible, keeping pressure on them, like so. 1, 2, as you can see, my back is straight. I'm going down, squeezing my quad here. As you can see, contraction is there. And I'm going to walk slowly, control the movement throughout. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to target the hamstrings. So the same thing, I'm going to demonstrate a walking lunge, but I'm going to imagine there's a midline here. I'm going to take very long strides to the sides, like so, while I lean forward and keep pressure on my glutes, like so. 1, okay, 2. So as you can see, I'm putting pressure on my glutes and hams there and removing them from my quads. 3, 4, and I lean forward just to keep more stress on my glutes, like so. I'm going to talk about something else regarding the lunges. So if you want to do a proper lunge, you need to make sure that when you do the lunge, you don't like chain the iliopatella patella, like your knee forward. You don't push it forward like this. Look, you see, that's not a proper lunge. You see the way my knee is going outside of this line here, this midline here. So I need to make sure that I'm going down with my glute and not my knee, because I'm going to put stress on my knee. I'm going to get problems. I'm going to get knee pain. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to bend my glute. Look, you see that? So you see my leg is straight here. I'm not pushing it forward. My leg is straight. So as you can see, look, that's 1. So that's more glute focused, and it's more important that you do that, then you can feel your glutes more. And you can remove the pressure on your knees also. So you can try that as well if it will work for you. Moving on to the leg press. So the leg press, I don't like to use the leg press much because I find it not that effective on building your legs. I can use it maybe like once a month or twice a month in my workouts. So I'm going to demonstrate on how to use the leg press, different foot placements. I'm going to show you how to execute the exercise. So we can go and start. We can go and see. Okay, so this is a leg press. Okay, a lot of people here make one mistake. They want to load a lot of weights. Someone may put 6 plates here, 6 plates there, okay, and then they don't do the proper range of motion. So they don't really get anything out of the exercise. They just want to feed their ego. Now what you need to do, you need to put a lighter weight, and then you progress slowly. You do progressive overloading. You go slowly, you go add weight, maintain proper form. That's the thing to do. So I'm going to demonstrate on how to do the leg press. I'm going to use different foot placements. I'm going to start with the sumo, targeting the inner thighs and glutes. I'm going to go for the middle, meaning the narrow stance, which will target your quads more. I'm going to do the normal stance, which will target your arms, which will target your quads as well. So I'm going to start and demonstrate for you. Okay, now this is the basic movement, leg press for the quads. Okay, so I'm going to place my feet here apart, okay, right there. I'm going to remove the weights, remove the locks. I'm going to go all the way down slowly, contracting all the way down. I'm going to push. I'm not gonna lock out my knees because of my health, my knee health. I don't wanna get any problems, especially when I use a lot of weights. So I'm gonna slightly bend my knees on the end of the movement. I'm gonna repeat for you to see again. All the way down, contract properly, and push. 2, 3. As you can see, that's much more effective than someone doing this with a lot of weights. You see? You're not really engaging anything, you're not really contracting anything. So it's useless, it's pointless to do that. I'm gonna move on to the quad focus. This is more quad focused. I'm gonna place my feet. You can come here and you can see how I'm gonna place my feet here. So this is a narrow stance here. This is gonna put more emphasis on my quads only. So same thing, I'm gonna remove the locks all the way down. 1, 2. That's more quad focus, okay? And then I'm gonna place my feet at the top here, okay? This is more hamstring focus. Although this is not a very good movement because you're gonna strain your lower back in the process. Your feet are up high and then you're gonna strain your back. You're gonna pull your back. You're gonna strain it, so it's not a very good movement to do here. You can do it, but I don't advise. Like so. 1, 2. As you can see, my hips are going up as I go down further. So it's not good for your back. So that's the leg press for you. Moving on, we're going for the hack squat. So this is the hack squat here. This is the hack squat, and this is my personal favorite because, okay, it's bad for your knees. I know it's bad for your knees, but I like this exercise because I can isolate my quads properly with my glutes. I like to do it after I do my squats. I do a set of 4 here, okay? For a beginner, maybe I can put maybe small weights of 8 to 10 rep range maybe. But for me, depending on my goals, maybe when I'm bulking up, I'm gonna do maybe 5 to 8 rep ranges, and when I'm conditioning my body, I'm going to do 15 to 20 reps, adding weight in the process. So I like to go super heavy here, but wearing my knee straps for my knee safety. So I'm gonna demonstrate with this weight here how to do the hack squat. This machine can be used for many different exercises. I'm gonna start showing you the quad focused. So I'm gonna place my feet there, remove the weight, okay? Brace my core all the way down. 1, and push. Slowly down, control the negative eccentric. 2, put the lock back on. So this exercise is good for your quads, your glutes, your arms a bit. Although you can use this machine in other ways as well. So I'm gonna also do some hamstring stiff leg so that you can see. So I'm gonna place my feet here, remove the locks, and then I'm gonna go down slowly, engaging my hams, keeping my back straight. Okay, I'm flexing my hip behind, as you can see, so more stress on the hamstrings and glutes. It's a very good exercise as well, so you should try that as well. Moving on, we're going to go for the leg extension. This is one of my favorite warm-up exercises. So immediately after stretching a bit, okay, I'm going to go for the leg extension. So I'm going to start with the lightweight here, and then I'm going to progress slowly. So I'm going to go for maybe single leg, double leg, depending on my training routine, but I'm just going to go for 15 to 20 reps for 4 to 5 sets. Should give me a good pump and good blood flow in my quads to avoid any injuries, of course. So I'm going to do a demo for you. I'm going to adjust the seat here. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do it properly. So my feet placement here is also something to talk about. So keeping my feet facing inwards will focus more on my outer quads. Keeping my feet straight will focus more on my quads. My quads meaning my medial quads here. placing my feet outwards, pointing outwards, will focus more on my teardrop here. Okay, so you need to know this, you need to know what you're focusing on, okay? So you need to work on the parts which you are weak. You need to focus on the parts which you are weak. That's my point. So I need, personally, I like to do a supersetting of 30 reps. So I'm going to do 10 of inwards, 10 medium, and 10 outwards. So I'm going to start and show you. All the way up and down, all the way up and down. So I'm going to shift for the medium. 1, 2, 3, and then the outer. 1, 2, 3. So that's the leg extension for you. Okay guys, so that was a bit of an insight regarding the leg training. I'm going to do more videos. I'm going to give further demonstrations, different exercise routines, how to train. I'm going to show different exercise regimens. I'm going to plan workout programs for you. Okay, that was like just a preview of what's going to come. And if you have any detailed questions, maybe you need to ask. I'm going to talk about everything, nutrition, everything, but that's just coverage of some of the things which I'm going to cover. So I'm going to talk about. So if you need to get in touch with me, you can follow my Instagram page or my contact numbers. You can personally WhatsApp me or whatever. We can discuss.